Hi there, I'm Ilyas Kassam, and I'm going to read you guys a little poem. This one's called One Day We Will Hold the Grace of Cliche. It's kind of long, but it's split into 9 parts, so I'll just do some breaks in between. And here goes. I was a rock. There was a mist that surrounded her. She sat in pine and dusty leaves. The sky had her beige. We met on a dating app in a postcard melancholic kind of way. Sexy fascism, she says. When a priest asks you to break the bread, everyone hides a tear in their neighbor's pocket. Everyone searches for old rocks and fossils and articles of faith. Everyone reaches to find their believing. And in a longing one meets their God. Forests filled with forestry, incense burns to affirm a death. I sit with you here, dying in a way that makes me love the death I was given. If I were to lay down on an altar, I would become your beast. In dying, there is a rose, and she smells like your grandmother. Every whisper finds its tunnel, filtering down between dead sunrises and forgotten dreams. The coach is blistered on fire, the eyes lift their eyelids to touch God's light. Anything that can be seen vanishes. Everything that offers itself to eye steals its presence from itself. A peasant sells a darkness in the bazaar to know she is alive. There is water dripping from every beast's torso. We are all beasts, we all swim in a water too cold, and when night falls we hug our beast. We pray to the moon and tell God our mother is with you now. Don't leave her with that lonesome camel. I spit just to know you are alive. Moon dance makes me love out of flesh. You offered me grass and I ate it, and I wept, and saw the blood run from your altar. Everything became laughter as the moon told me he was your mother. Not an inch closer to that always nothing. If a penny drops and you can hear it, you know Leonard Cohen is with you. There are some ghosts that only follow silence, but every buried corpse is reduced to a word. Sometimes when you hear the clouds move and there is a sort of orchestra, a sort of screeching, a sort of Wagner lighting a cigarette and a Fellini movie comes on, and you see Zeus reading a porno and Hades taking a nap, there is a new kind of silence, a silence that tells you a revolution is coming, flags are burning, bodies are lynching their politics, and Jill Scott Heron is screaming at a television. There is a media above. There is a media in the illusion of media. There is an illusion in the knowledge of presidents. There are new channels and Facebook groups and black women burning their children just to protect them. Everyone wishes they were a witch. And a motherfucker graffitis "You are mine" on a newborn children after fucking his mother. Because that's what motherfuckers do. They fuck their mothers. And luckily, incest is vogue in the right company. I turned the page. There was so much hate speech, so much rallying. I met her at a time when the land looked like the sea. She had eyes that reminded you there are no presidents, and there is no one to write about their absence. They were just the smoke you smelt on a summer's day when your neighbor is roasting a Guy Fawkes. They were the faint memory of your first kiss behind the school shed that made your being sing as your bully peed on your leg. Everything you can smell has died somewhere. But there was ceremony, there was laughter, there was hand-holding and men crying into women's breasts, there was love and kindness and prayer, and everyone wore a Kaddish. And when we looked to the soil, we knew all spit was the same. When we looked down at our demons, the ones that have killed for us, we knew our spit was the same. Skin bags on altars dragged across deserts. When we looked at our holiness, it bled a crackling fear. Every Nazi has bathed in his own filth. If we clean the waters, then we clean the streams. That day I met you, I couldn't hear my whisper. That day Leonard Cohen told me to kiss you. It has been bleak pretending this space is nothing. The only religious color is orange. I would kiss you again if it weren't for your child. I've been collecting limbs since I stopped eating your meat. Some days I wish your thighs were fried chicken and that God was a little more perverse than advertised. If Hugh Hefner wrote the Bible, then I would pray to my nightstand. But every night I turn the thin pages and I hate myself a little deeper. I guess that's when you know it's working. Every night when I brush my knees past your bosom, I cling on to my fears. I don't know how not to drink myself all the time. If there is one piece of advice I can give you, it is to love me. I left a beating heart on your pillow. It was meant to be romantic. My old adoration has always been gruesome. No flower enslaved itself through being. No petal bleeds to flower. I promise one day I will buy you chocolates and then we will eat them as the sun rises, and I will tell you you are beautiful without hesitation or desire for power. One day I will hold the grace of cliche. Tell me the story that makes me cry. I need to feel it die inside me. I need to feel you pull out and still be there in all my inches. Tell me the story that ends in milk. Moon births a child as two dead children hold each other in their arms. Bones become prayers, the moonlight washes flesh, each drop of longing falls to the heavens. Child in moonlight, child in dying corpse, child playing in the garden, chasing memories and butterflies and whispers from angels, child licking her fingers and searching for new lollipops, child playing, child beneath moonlight. Love looks at sunset and says, I wish we were them. Two moons pray for your fertility. All air is witness. Every politician says, I love you. That's it. That's all, folks.